Welcome back. I'm back with one of my favourite pickups without a doubt. I feel like there's never been a better time to be into trainers and to be a sneakerhead or a trainerhead or whatever you want to call us, a sneaker enthusiast, because there are so many amazing pairs coming out, and this is one of the best ZX8000s I think I've ever come across. So well put together, premium materials. So in this video I'm going to talk about why I think this is an amazing trainer, the Adidas ZX8000 times Offspring London. They're known as the ZX8000 London, but this is the second pair that Offspring have done on this model, which were also called London before. So I'm not exactly sure what the trainer head's nickname is, but they're a London collab from the Consortium Cup. So a little bit of background to this pair. As I've said before, Offspring, which is a UK retailer, they try to specialise, I think, in a sense of community, which is something that I think is really laudable. They have collaborated with Adidas and specifically the ZX8000, which is my favourite model before. Over lockdown, I would say about 2020, they released this pair behind me, which is a ZX8000 London. This is one of my favourite pairs of ZX8000s, and essentially it's based on London Bridge. It took me a long time to work out. Even inside they have the pattern, the same pattern that is on London Bridge, but it's got some of the same colouring and is inspired by that. So when they do collaborations on the ZX8000 and a ZX9000, I think they tend to use London as a theme on definitely those three pairs. There is something called the Adidas Consortium Cup. Lots of retailers from around the world went head to head and had the ability to design and collab on different models, and then they were put up for a vote, and we as consumers were able to vote for which pairs we liked. This pair, I think, either won or came second, but definitely that was being released is this pair by Offspring and another pair by End, which are kind of gold. And I personally am not a fan of that pair at all, even though I see on kind of sneaker blogs and bits and pieces that they are a popular trainer. I don't really see why myself. I think the colorway is horrible. I was on a Facebook group the other day and someone had called them Adidas times End times Cuprinol. And for me that was spot on. It's basically like a wood varnish. I think that's what they look like. I think they're based on a film, they're called Futura, but they're not for me. But this pair was a pair that I vote for. I'm a fan of a lot of what Offspring do anyway, and I am, if you watch my channel you'll know, I absolutely love the colour grey. I know that always sounds boring, but I think on trainers, grey is one of the best colours you can have because you put anything else alongside it and it pops. So let's talk about some of the details that I think really make this pair stand out. The retail price of this pair is £120, and that's quite a high price for Adidas ZX8000s, which typically I would say retail at £90 and often will go into sale for about £60. The black pair that I have behind me were about £50 from years ago, maybe over a decade ago. I recently bought this pair last summer and these were £60 brand new. This Offspring pair, even though they're a collab, were £90 retail, and I even think the Lego pair were £90 retail. The only other pair that I have known to be more than £90 retail is this pair, but this Consortium pair that are kind of pre-aged were £115. I saw some videos online and had a bit of a sense as to why this pair cost £120, and as you know, I don't like to pay more than I need to for a pair of trainers. I buy a lot of pairs of trainers, more than I should, and I don't want to pay full price every time. If I can get them in sale, obviously I'd like to pay less. This pair I think are worth the retail price. I know it's a bit steeper, but the materials completely outperform all the other ZX8000s that I have over there. I have no issue with ZX8000s and the materials not being premium because they are a good price. They're a really comfortable trainer. This pair is really elevated in terms of materials, and that's why I think it has that higher retail price. So let me talk through some of those features that I think you would like. They have London in gold stamped on the side of the trainer. They also have a Dubre which also has London in gold. Usually it says Adidas there, but it has the River Thames in gold flowing along. And inside in the lining there's also a picture of the London skyline. The colour is based on the stone of the buildings in central London, many buildings in central London. Even the torsion bar has this kind of blue colour, which is a little bit how the stones change in colour as they age. So I love when a trainer is matched to a theme. We have the Offspring logo at the rear of the trainer, embossed or debossed into the rear heel counter. The heel counter itself is made of leather, a really nice grey, dark grey leather. And that is unusual. Normally the heel counter is made of this TPU material, this hard plastic material. This is the first pair I've come across that have lovely leather at the back. Then you have this really thick, hairy suede at the back of the trainer, and you have some lovely perf leather at the top here. This perf leather is also used on the tongue, and again it's unusual. It's a really thick perforated leather. It's really smooth to touch. You have more of that hairy suede on the bottom of the mid panel. You have plastic lace lock as usual, and you have lovely, really soft nubuck that feels really nice and will need to be protected. I have to spray these on the toe box, and again a little hit of perforated leather on the inner bit of the toe box, and then you have this nice meshing in a nice grey colour on the toe box also. We have black stripes with a little hit of grey at the bottom, and then on some of these kind of reinforced plastic inserts are, this one on the inside is in a yellow colour, and the one on the outside is kind of actually translucent. The sole is kind of transparent with a little bit of a sort of dark grey tinge on it, and the soft shell at the rear is in cream. Although I haven't seen a load of people bigging these up, I think this is by far the best pair from the Consortium Cup that I've seen. So in terms of sizing, this pair of ZX8000 I think fit like any other ZX8000s that you may own. For me, I get a UK 11, and just as a point of reference, in pretty much all my Adidas, I am a straight UK 11. In Nike, I am either a UK 10.5 or an 11. In Jordan 4s, I'm a UK 10.5. Air Max 1s, I'm a UK 10.5. Air Max 97s. But in things like Air Max 90s, Air Max BWs, and Jordan 1s, I'm a UK 11. I think it just kind of depends on your foot shape and that kind of stuff. But for me, I go true to size with my Adidas, which is a UK 11, and they fit fine. Another quality that I think is amazing is the packaging. These come in a really sturdy, really nice box. I was really fortunate. I bought two pairs. I got a pair from Offspring and I got a pair from Adidas. And Offspring didn't double box their pair of trainers, so all the edges are battered, and it's a really, really nice box, and I think that's a real shame. I think that Offspring do double box their trainers in general, but this pair, maybe the box is bigger, but they didn't, and that's a real shame because it came a bit battered. And the other thing is that the pair from Offspring also had awful QC, unfortunately. There's a massive glue stain on the tongue, and also the shape of my trainer is like a banana. So I was really happy that I got it in with Adidas as well. So they had a better QC on their pair, and the box, although a little bit damaged, wasn't as battered as a pair from Offspring. So I was lucky enough to be able to kind of get a nice pair out of this. So I'd be interested to know what your QC was like on your pair if you've already picked these up. But definitely, if you're able to get a couple pairs in hand, then I would definitely do so. And I think there are pairs in store, so hopefully you would be able to go into store and they would hook you up and sort you out, because Offspring are pretty good like that. I love this model anyway, so I'm a little bit biased, but I think Offspring did a really great job, and obviously they're bigging up my city, which is something that I really love. So I think this pair is really worth the money, and the premium touches only make it even better. So what are your thoughts on this as a collab? I feel like they're not getting the love that maybe they deserve. I know there's a massive community of Adidas heads who love all things three stripes. I know definitely in Europe that Adidas is huge, and it's a big part of my kind of trainer experience, especially that OG pair, the Aquas, growing up. That was a pair I always wanted. And I think this pair is fantastic. I'm really, really happy with them. I had my eye on them from a long time ago. I voted for them in the Consortium Cup, so to get them in hand, again, I'm really happy with them. And £120 I think is a reasonable price. You know, when you're banging out £200 for a pair of Jordans, £120 sits a little bit nicer. I'm interested where they sit for you. Is it a pair that you like? Is it something you would pick up? Personally, I think ZX 8000s are my most comfortable trainers, more comfortable than New Balance for me, more comfortable than Asics, more comfortable than most pairs of Nike, and I really love them. And it's a little bit of an underrated model, I think, but that doesn't matter to me because I love them and I get to wear them out and about. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That would really help me in the channel. Please share it if you can, please like, and obviously, most importantly, please subscribe. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.